You yelled at your kid this morning over nothing. Cereal on the floor, the wrong shoes. You watched yourself do it from outside your body, and you hated him. Tonight you'll be too gentle. You'll let him stay up an extra hour. You'll over-explain why the morning was wrong. You'll buy the toy. You'll say yes to the third question because you cannot bear to say no to the first one again. Tomorrow, you'll yell again. You think the problem is your temper. It isn't. The problem is the throne in the middle of your house has no one sitting on it. So you keep alternating between the two ways the king fails. The tyrant who grabs the seat by force. The weakling who refuses to sit on it at all. Tonight, we name them. The lie a man tells himself about his anger and his collapse is the most exhausting lie of his 30s and 40s. It goes like this. I just have a temper. I'm working on it. I'm trying to be more patient, more present, more gentle. When I lose it, I feel terrible. I'm not really like that. Underneath, I'm a soft guy. I just snap sometimes. Or it goes the other way. I'm easygoing. I let things slide. I don't want to be the asshole. I don't want to be like my father. Whatever you want to do is fine. Whatever the team decides is fine. Whatever your wife decides is fine. I just want everyone to get along. The lie is convincing because each story is half true. You do have a temper. You are easygoing. You are working on being more patient. You are trying not to become your father. But notice what the two stories never name. They never name each other. The man who calls himself easygoing is the same man who exploded last Tuesday. And the man who insists, I just have a temper, is the same man who collapses into apology and overgiving by Friday night. You think you have two different problems. You have one. Here is the truth. You are not a man with a temper problem. You are not a man who is too soft. You are a man oscillating between the two ways the king fails. The tyrant grabs the throne by force. He cannot tolerate being threatened in his position. So he micromanages. He rages. He corrects everyone's grammar. He tells your wife how to load the dishwasher. He flays himself in his own head with a voice that says, you are failing. You are not enough. Fix this now. The weakling refuses to sit on the throne at all. He cannot bear the weight of it. So he abdicates. He defers. He says whatever you want. He checks out of his own marriage. He lets his team run him. He carries a quiet voice that says, stay small. Do not draw fire. Who am I to lead? Most men think these are opposite men. They are not. The tyrant and the weakling are the same man. They are the same wound from two angles, both running from the same throne, because nobody ever showed him how to sit on it. Your week is the proof. You rage on Tuesday morning. You collapse on Tuesday night. You set a boundary on Wednesday. You walk it back on Thursday. The pendulum swings. The seat stays empty. Carl Jung described what he called the self, the center of psychic wholeness, the point inside a man toward which his entire integration moves. The masculine face of the self has a specific name. The Jungian analyst Robert Moore made it usable. The king. In 1990, Moore and Douglas Gillette wrote a book called King, Warrior, Magician, Lover. 4 mature masculine archetypes. 4 ways a man can be whole. Each of them, Moore said, has 2 shadow halves. 2 ways the archetype fails. The king's 2 shadows are the tyrant and the weakling. What Moore named, that nobody else had named so cleanly, is the bipolar shadow. The 2 shadows are not opposites. They are the same shadow, seen from opposite ends. A man inflated into the tyrant is a man rejecting the king. A man deflated into the weakling is the same man rejecting the same king from the other end of the same swing. Moore's diagnosis was specific. Every culture before ours had rituals to move a man into the king, an enthronement, a blessing from the older men, a formal taking of the seat. Modern men received none of it. So the throne in the middle of every man's life sits empty, and he spends his adulthood circling it, sometimes lunging at it, sometimes refusing to look at it, never sitting. This is why the swing exists. The tyrant moments are not because you are really an angry man. They are the lunge. The unintegrated grab at a seat you do not believe you have the right to occupy. The weakling moments are the same wound, inverted. They are the retreat, the pullback from a seat you secretly believe will burn you. James Hollis, in Under Saturn's Shadow, traced the inheritance. Saturn was the father who ate his sons because he feared their kingship. Most modern men inherited Saturn from a father who could not show them the throne, either because he sat on it as a tyrant, devouring everyone around him, or because he abdicated it as a weakling, leaving the seat empty for his son to inherit empty. The tyrant father raises a son who swings into the weakling. The weakling father raises a son who swings into the tyrant. Either way, the chain repeats until someone breaks it. The work of becoming the king is not learned from books. Robert Bly wrote in Iron John that there is a king under the mountain in every man, asleep, waiting. The work is not waking him up by reading about him. The work is sitting down on the throne yourself. 3 acts. Run them this week. The first act is to catch the swing. For 1 week, name out loud, to yourself, in writing, in your own head, every time you see yourself flip. That was the tyrant. That was the weakling. Do not try to fix anything. Don't apologize harder. Don't grit through it. Just see the pendulum. Most men have never noticed they are swinging. They think the rage and the collapse are 2 different problems they are each working on. They are one problem. Once you can see it, you cannot unsee it. And the seeing alone begins to slow the swing. The second act is to bless something small. The king's signature act is the blessing, the conferring of worth. The tyrant cannot bless, because blessing requires that you tolerate someone else's flourishing. The weakling cannot bless, because it requires that you take a position he has been refusing his whole life. Both fail at the same act, from opposite ends. Pick one person this week, your kid, your partner, a colleague, the man in the mirror. Tell them in specific language what is good in them and why it matters. Not flattery, not coaching, blessing. Watch what it costs you. That cost is the throne you have been avoiding. The third act is to take one decision the room is waiting for you to take. Not the dramatic one, the small one, the dinner choice, the vacation date, the conversation everyone is dancing around. Make it cleanly, without apology, and stay with it through the discomfort that follows. The throne is not granted. It is occupied. You sit, and the room rearranges itself around you. The man who has taken the throne is not louder. He is quieter. His yes lands. His no lands. He no longer apologizes for taking up space, and he no longer takes up space he has not earned. His anger is not gone. It has a function. It protects. It corrects. It draws a line. And then it is gone. His kindness has weight because it is no longer the apology of a man who refused to lead. His kids feel the difference before he can name it. The air in the room is no longer dangerous, and it is no longer empty. The throne in the center of your life is not waiting for you to deserve it. It is waiting for you to sit. Stop oscillating. Take the seat. If you are ready to do the real work, subscribe. If you have not watched The Father Wound yet, watch that next. The man you keep oscillating between is the inheritance from a father who could not show you the throne. That video is the diagnosis. This one is the prescription. I'll see you in the next one.